In the dim light of dawn, the tale unfolds as our protagonist gazes into the reflective surface, confronting an enigmatic figure that bears an uncanny resemblance to himself. A curious inquiry escapes his lips. "Who are you?" The mirror's occupant, nonchalantly introducing himself as Lu Ho-yil, elicits a wave of introspection. The man before the glass, self-identified as Grendel Claudia Rue's Romeo, heir to a venerable clan, feels an unsettling foreboding wash over him, as if he stands at the precipice of an unfathomable fate. Memories of yesteryears flood his mind, conjuring visions of a whimsical character he had meticulously crafted a dozen years prior, during his second year of middle school. The absurdity of it all ignites a fit of laughter, echoing with the realization that he had finally conjured forth this noble iteration of himself. Yet, a twinge of discontent lingers in Ho-yil's expression, for this character emerged from the throes of what is whimsically deemed 8th grade syndrome. The catalyst for this surreal metamorphosis is the legendary virtual reality game, History of the Continent of Ra. This game, a titan in the realm of immersive experiences, had captivated players until its untimely demise. On the fateful day of its closure, alongside the shocking disappearance of the COO of the Cosmo Company, a harrowing reality unfolded. Rifts tore through the fabric of existence, unleashing monstrous entities that threatened the very essence of humanity. Yet, amidst this chaos, a peculiar phenomenon arose. Individuals synchronizing with their in-game avatars emerged, known as players. These champions wielded unique skills to combat the encroaching darkness. He yearned to be among those valiant players, yet an unsettling clarity dawned upon him. Even with his awakening prowess, he would remain a mere shadow, eclipsed by the luminaries of the realm. The staggering cost of a single virtual reality apparatus loomed large, tens of millions in currency, while even a month's rent would consume hundreds of thousands. Regret gnawed at him as he recalled his father's sorrowful admission of failure, a man beleaguered by the collapse of his business. His sister's voice cut through the haze, chiding their father, insisting that gaming was trivial in the grand scheme of things. Ho-yil grappled with the harsh realities of his surroundings, confronted by the merciless nature of the world. The thought of abandoning Arcana, the game that had once consumed his existence, loomed ominously. If he had foreseen this unfolding calamity, he would never have forsaken his beloved pastime. Now, his statistics lay in disarray, his level woefully inadequate. Though he had finally awakened, it was as an avatar birthed from the eccentricities of a schoolboy's imagination. As he sipped his tea, Romeo, the embodiment of his middle school creation, remarked on its exquisite taste, prompting Ho-yil to grimace in discomfort. This character, crafted with fervor, now felt like a haunting specter from a darker chapter of his life. The narrative of Grendel Claudia Rue's Romeo, a scion of nobility whose kin have fallen victim to a demonic scourge, was once a source of amusement. Now, it served as an endless wellspring of shame. Romeo, with an air of nostalgia, lamented the bygone days, while Ho-yil wished for silence, pondering how he could present himself as a functional member of society. The juxtaposition of his whimsical thoughts against the mundanity of reality struck him. He envisioned his supervisor's disapproving gaze, questioning his flamboyant appearance, akin to a misguided celebrity. Yet, the absurdity escalated when Romeo, in a fit of bravado, flung coffee into the face of a hypothetical critic. Ho-yil's trepidation spiked. He could not afford to be embroiled in legal troubles. The noble ethos of his alter ego, Romeo, insisted on dignity, but Ho-yil struggled to reconcile this with the pragmatic demands of his existence. Was this the essence of synchronization? A question loomed. Why did his experience differ from others? While many players felt the changes were subtle, he found himself ensnared in a bewildering transformation. With time slipping away, he realized that the weight of his past would compel him to embrace the mantle of a player once more. Romeo settled before his laptop, a vessel for knowledge. He recognized the need to reacquaint himself with the fundamentals of being a player. The allure of high-level rifts, teeming with riches, danced in his mind, yet he understood the peril that accompanied such pursuits. Life cannot be purchased with wealth, he mused, aligning his aspirations with the reality of risk. 2 scant pages provided scant insight into their existence. News of the Yashin base's fall reverberated through the digital ether, detailing the grim fate of countless NPC demon hunters. Shock coursed through Ho-yil as he beheld the grim images, recognizing that the sacred ground of demon hunters had been ravaged. The class, once dismissed as inconsequential, now teetered on the brink of extinction. With a heavy heart, he pondered the implications of this erasure. The demon hunters, once a symbol of resilience, had become mere echoes of the past. The news items echoed his thoughts. Low statistics, peculiar skills, and a reputation for ineptitude plagued their legacy. Yet, the cruelty of bankruptcy and the inability to change vocations presented a stark reality. The reintroduction of demons into the world was alarming. The perils of possession and mind destruction threatened even seasoned rankers, and Ho-Yil contemplated the implications. Were the demons unleashed within reality? Had he indeed become the last vestige of a demon hunter? A surge of determination coursed through him. Grendel Claudiaru's Romeo would not cower before the specter of demons. His pride demanded resilience against the trials that lay ahead. The world may have changed, but he would stand firm against the encroaching darkness. With renewed resolve, Romeo dismissed the weighty thoughts, refusing to succumb to despair. As the news anchor relayed updates on the demon invasion, he adjusted his suit, vowing to confront the challenges head-on. Years had passed since the cataclysm, yet humanity had risen from the ashes, adapting to a world transformed. However, the shadows lingered, feeding on the collective anguish of the populace. As he glanced at the time, the final member of their party remained unaccounted for. The leader, Nam Ch Min, awaited his arrival with anticipation. Amidst the gathering, Ho-Yil's gaze was drawn to an ominous rift nearby, a portal to the unknown. The revelation struck him. Players alone could perceive this phenomenon, a privilege bestowed by their awakening. The system window materialized, revealing that the rift was an underground storage facility, suitable for players of levels 35 to 40. His heart raced, the prospect of adventure beckoned. Yet, the stark reality of being only level 55 loomed large, a reminder of the arduous journey ahead. The average level of Rift attackers soared to 200, a summit he could scarcely fathom. Nevertheless, not all awakened at such heights, presenting an opportunity for him to forge alliances. The party's magic wielder, So Jang Yun, radiated enthusiasm as she expressed her eagerness to collaborate, while melee attacker Choi Janghan echoed her sentiment. And Ho-Yil, with his heart full of trepidation and excitement, prepared to confront the unknown. The echoes of his past would guide him, but the future awaited, uncertain yet ripe with possibility. The revelation unveiled the magnitude of devastation. When the level of destruction escalates to a staggering 100%, monstrous entities will surge through the rift into the tangible realm. Players are granted the freedom to intervene and safeguard the world. Their intervention is imperative to neutralize this ticking time bomb. Shman clapped his hands, beckoning the group's attention before inquiring if they were prepared for the impending challenge. The collective agreement echoed in the air, and he perceived an aura of camaraderie among them. With a familial bond akin to that of his three sisters, Munai, Cheyenne, and Yim, he had endured daily skirmishes, fostering an ability to uplift others' spirits. With a tranquil demeanor, he reassured them that with him at the helm, they had no cause for concern. Ho-Yil, however, felt a wave of embarrassment wash over him at his character's audacious claims, pondering the absurdity of the situation. Unfazed, the group pressed on, with one member confirming their acquaintance with the notorious NES. Having clashed with these foes before, she felt confident that, with caution, they could navigate the dangers ahead. Ho-Yil, donning a disgruntled expression, resolved to remain silent. Sensing the futility of his contributions, the system announced their entry into the depths of the NES's underground storage, a food warehouse, prompting Zhang Yan to voice her unease at the conspicuous absence of monsters. Shman recalled that another group had ventured here prior to them, assuring the team with a smile that they needn't fret. There would be ample spoils if they chose an alternate path. The players, placing their trust in him, resolved to eliminate a few nulls. With a serious demeanor, Ho-Yil scrutinized the unfolding events, sensing an underlying disquiet. Descending to the lower floor, Shman reported spotting Nose approximately 70 meters away, urging the team to prepare for combat. The others affirmed their readiness, and with an infectious smile, he encouraged them to initiate their assault. Young-Han, grinning, rushed to join him, insisting he should wait. Ho-Yil observed the group composition: one dedicated tank, two melee fighters, and a spellcaster. Such a combination was commonplace yet perilously flawed, as it risked attracting even more monsters rather than fortifying their defenses. The tank would need to adopt a purely defensive stance while the wizard unleashed the primary offensive magic. Was this truly how they conducted their hunts? Ho-Yil deemed himself extraneous to the chaotic dynamics at play. Jinyan announced that the cooldown for their stamina buff was nearing its conclusion, while Young-Han playfully suggested he slow down, lest the novices lag behind. Ho Yel, rifling through his inventory, lamented his lack of a formidable weapon, deciding it prudent to abstain from battle until he procured a worthy armament. At that moment, a horde of NES, lurking in the shadows, began to converge on their position. Ho Yel alerted the team to the ambush, prompting immediate attention to the encroaching menace. Sonic, overwhelmed, declared the numbers far too great for him to contain alone. Young Han, engaged in deflecting attacks with his sword, was struck by an arrow, turning to Shman for assistance. In a loud voice, he implored Shman to aid them, bewildered by his apparent indifference. Before he could utter more, a voice called out, warning him to exercise caution. Young Han spun around to confront the monster poised to strike him, only to witness Ho Yel loosing an arrow that felled the beast. Surprised, Young Han found Ho Yel beside him, bow in hand, commenting dryly that these feral creatures required stringent discipline. Although he typically refrained from such intervention, he acknowledged that sometimes a firm hand was essential and embarrassed. Young Han expressed his gratitude, perplexed by Ho Yel's peculiar manner of speaking. As Sonic continued to battle the encroaching foes, urging the backline to reposition, Young Yun found herself paralyzed by fear, uncertain of her next move. Ho Yel, aiming his bow with composure, instructed her to remain calm. He would manage the monsters breaching their defenses, while she should channel her energy into a powerful spell. Even if it took additional time affirming his directive, she prepared her fire arrow skill, announcing her readiness. With a collective breath, she unleashed a torrent of fireballs that cascaded toward their foes, resulting in a cataclysmic explosion of arcane energy. Young Han shielded his face, questioning the efficacy of their assault, while Yun Yun, wearied, checked on him. Ho Yel assured her he was unharmed and urged her to focus on the others. As she joined her comrades, Ho Yel remained, silently observing the smoldering remains of their adversaries. Yun Yun approached, offering him a healing potion, urging him to imbibe it before more monsters materialized. Sonic, seated and recovering, expressed his appreciation for her assistance. Young Han, casting a disapproving glance at Shman, confronted him loudly, questioning his sanity and inaction amidst the chaos. Was he truly oblivious to the hidden threats lurking nearby? Shman responded with raucous laughter, eliciting a torrent of confusion from Young Han, who demanded to know what was so amusing. Suddenly, the room darkened ominously, prompting Shman to inquire about the vanishing light. As the shadows deepened, a chilling voice echoed, announcing the activation of a natural enemy skill, enhancing their combat prowess against demons. Ho Yel's serious demeanor prompted him to declare that Shman had revealed his true nature. Shman's wicked grin widened at this revelation, informing Ho Yel that he had finally grasped the truth.